Dr. Michael Arnfield, I'm Associate Professor of Criminology, the founder and director of the Western University Cold Case Society, and 2018's Humanitarian of the Year here at Western, as well as a director of the Murder Accountability Project. So the Cold Case Society was founded in 2011 by me, and what it is a think tank comprised of students, both undergraduate and graduate students across multiple disciplines, multiple faculties, and then also other professors. And what we do is we look at the data that gets kicked loose, patterns that are identified by the software at the Murder Accountability Project, where I'm also a director. But the software can only go so far. It can recognize patterns that have eluded human detection or observation until now. What happens then is those matches get actioned out to my students here at Western, and we investigate. So the Atlanta investigation began in late 2015. That was sort of the early period of the Murder Accountability Project in terms of its ability to run these algorithms looking for patterns. And what we saw was over 130 strangulation murders in Atlanta, including over 100 unsolved strangulations. The first step was, let's find out who these victims are. Let's do the victimology, determine where they lived, what maybe they had in common. Were they involved in the sex trade? Were they marginalized somehow? Did they take the same bus route? It could be something very general, or it could be something very specific, something very telltale. So my students went to the Atlanta police, and the officer in charge of the Atlanta homicide at the time, Major Adam Lee III, he's now retired, loved what we were doing, and he gave my students access actually to, and delegated some people at the department to go and find the original murder books, the ledgers where these victims' information was recorded, and turn it over to my students. From there, then we populated a graph of who these victims were, and from there we could begin developing a suspect profile. All of our findings are turned over to me, first of all. I vet them, I take them back to the other directors at the Murder Accountability Project. I keep them apprised of our progress here, and then all our findings are turned over to the police. The students here are researchers, they're not investigators. There's clear-cut rules that have been vetted by the lawyers here at Western, and playing by the rules and sticking to the rules is key for those who want to join, which is why I carefully screen all of the members of the society.